Hi, I'm Lauren. I was born and raised right outside of Chicago, and I was lucky enough to land in Youngstown. I've been telling stories since I was in high school, and I want to continue doing that right here.
My name is Mike Case, and I love this area. I grew up here, I went to school here, and I work here. Always have. Lauren and I both know there are so many good stories to tell and so many good people that deserve the spotlight. And this program allows us to do just that.
Well, welcome back, and thank you, as always, for joining us on Sunday afternoons on Valley Spotlight. I'm Lauren.
My name's Mike. Thanks for joining us. A lot more people are joining in the fun, and it's starting to gain a little bit of steam.
I know, so thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. We have a new way that you can watch us. We'll tell you about that later on in the show, but first we have so much to get to, so we're not going to waste any more time, okay?
There you go. I did a cool story. A lot of people you know probably got a hip replacement, or maybe someone you know is in line for it, but there's a new way of doing it. Modern medicine continues to advance, so we're going to check out what they're doing in Salem at the hospital there with Dr. Dominic Peters. It's really cool.
And I had the opportunity to visit Café Augustine, and for those of you who do not know how much this local cafe means and where it started and why it started, wait till you see this. It goes all the way back to Hurricane Katrina and this thought process that really tries to help people find their way in life. So it's about this really wonderful place that can do all of that and make food.
That sounds good.
Speaking of food.
Sounds good for all of that. Yes, Lauren will visit with Mark Canzonetta, and we have a new realtor on the show named Kate. So we're going to visit with her
welcome, Kate.
In a little bit too.
And welcome back, Mark.
There you go. But let's start with this. When you first think of somebody, if you close your eyes and think of somebody that is a high school dropout and is homeless, you probably would not think of them as one of a business leaders in the community. But Heidi Goldberg is. So thanks to her daughter, and thanks to a heck of a lot of hard work, her business, Body Goodies, is flourishing in Liberty.
I just drove myself to the hospital, which was only about 5 minutes away at the time, and then I collapsed.
15 years ago, this was Heidi Goldberg, 100 pounds heavier, laying in the emergency room doorway in a state of anaphylactic shock.
And they said, what's her BP? And someone rattled it off, and I heard someone else say, that's impossible, she'd be dead, and someone else said she is.
Not dead, but almost. Overweight and on too many medications to count.
They said I was pre-diabetic, I had severe asthma. I was in the hospital every couple of weeks with just asthma alone. So I was on steroids, and I was just constantly getting unhealthier. And I felt like crap every day.
After she was released, Heidi started to do something about it.
I was just on this mission to live because I was a mom. And I wanted to be, that's all I wanted to be in life. I just wanted to be a mom.
New eating habits, only natural foods, and because she was scared about what she was allergic to, she started to make her own soap. Her friends and family loved it, and Body Goodies was born. By accident. Her sister secretly got her an Etsy account, and then the secret was out.
It started growing faster than anybody expected, just online, I think because I had the credibility of being an esthetician in skincare.
Soon her products were in several Whole Foods markets, and when the local news came to visit, what seemed like a good thing, more local customers, was not. You see, it takes a month for soap to cure, so when you have to wait, you have no income.
So I moved in here, and the sales here got so big that I quit selling wholesale altogether, and in the process I lost my house and lost some things. I lived without electric for 9 months, but we couldn't cook, we couldn't have anything in the fridge. We lived in the house with no utilities for a really long time.
And finally, the breaking point.
Didn't know what I was going to do, didn't know how to get out of the situation. And I'm sitting there and I start crying, and my little girl comes out and she just sits right next to me and she was like, Mom, it's okay. We can live in the car as long as we take Parker and Nina, our dogs. She was like, you just can't stop doing what you're doing. I went in the house and it was like this, you know, energy just jumped inside me. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this for her because look at her strength, look at her. She's willing to suffer through this to help people too.
With 7-year-old Maddie by her side, Heidi kept going. And thanks to customer support, the business started to flourish.
It was purely customers and credibility. They would just come in knowing it was rough and buy more than they needed, throw us, you know, some extra money as a gift and say, just keep the lights on.
And the community could not be more thankful.
Some people come in and hug me and cry. I never thought, you know, this could heal. I never thought I could be like this. My hands aren't cracked anymore. My eczema's gone. My baby's not crying and scratching. I mean, we just hear so much awesome feedback. It's amazing. It humbles me all the time.
There's still stress, there's still pressure, but Heidi Goldberg has made it, and she's making it herself every day.
Nobody here makes anything. It's me. I still do all of it. Everything you see in the shop is made with these. I'm so happy. I think that if I didn't love what I do, I would have exited a while ago. What makes me happy is helping people.
What a great story. Body Goodies, located there on Belmont Avenue in Liberty. And if you'd like to go to their website, it's bodygoodies.com. What an amazing lady.
And a goody story.
Yeah, very goody.
It was very goody.
Smells good in there, too, when you go in.
Go figure, and that's probably why she named it that, right?
Yeah.
What a special lady. Okay, coming up next, I get to hang out in the Bistro 1907 test kitchen with Mark Canzonetta. We get to make this green goddess, I'll get it right, don't worry, Mark, I'm sorry. The green goddess salad dressing that he makes it look so easy, and it's so good. Even I can do it.
Sounds good. We'll have that for you after the break.
No hot water? Call A to Z Dependable Services. Our fully stocked rapid response water heater specialist will get you back in hot water in no time. A to Z is the only call you need to make. Only A-to-Z.com.
Here we are. Mike Case gets to take a break. Or I just win this time. Mark Canzonetta.
I don't know. I know. Lauren, how are you?
I'm good. In the Bistro 1907 restaurant right here in downtown Youngstown.
Classic downtown Youngstown, home of the Hilton Doubletree Hotel. So just, you know, we're so happy to be a part of the Renaissance of Youngstown.
It's been so much fun, and the days that we get to see something and learn something from you are always a good day for us. So what are we doing today?
It's a good day for me too.
I know. We're doing a salad, right?
You know, part of being a bistro and harkening back to those days of old, you know, we want to bring back some of those things that maybe your parents had or their parents had, and green goddess dressing was so popular. 40s, 50s, 60s, it was such a popular item, and I brought it back. You know, it's starting to make a huge comeback, and you know, we love making things from scratch. We don't buy any salad dressings that are pre-prepared here at Bistro 1907.
There's no shaking the bottle around here.
Yeah, no, none of that. So we're going to make green goddess dressing, and it's really simple. You know, a lot of great herbs, some avocado to give it a new kick. So we're going to start off with some buttermilk because we want that acid from the buttermilk. So we're going to pour in about a cup of buttermilk. We're going to take a cup of your favorite prepared mayonnaise, and make sure it's a good mayonnaise. You know, some of the national brands are great, but some of them, some of the substitute brands are just as good. Some sour cream for balance and more acidity, which is going to be great in there. So we have those in there. Now we're going to take some avocado. You know, I love avocado.
Look at how
make sure you're
fresh
getting
these are.
ripe avocados, and we just want to take it and we want to cut it in half. Okay.
Look at it. I would have cut my hand off.
No, well, maybe not. And you just peel it off, and you have that seed. You know, and a quick trick for the seed is you take the heel of the knife and just cut and twist it off.
That's it?
That's it.
I've been using a spoon and a butter knife and, you know,
yeah. And then another trick is to get it out, just make these little cuts, about a ½ inch apart, just like this, and you squeeze it in. And that's all you have to do. Was that easy and nice?
I never knew that.
We're going to take some chives, because you have to have chives.
Fresh?
Some fresh parsley, of course.
Fresh parsley?
Some fresh parsley. We're going to take some garlic, because we always have to have some garlic in our dressing. Some fresh lime juice. We're going to put a pinch of sea salt. Some black pepper, fresh ground black pepper. Always a must in everything that I do.
Very good.
Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of water because of all those thick consistencies, just to thin it out a little bit. We're going to put it on my favorite kitchen tool called the Vitamix. And the Vitamix just purees things to a very, very silky, smooth, creamy consistency.
It looks
you always
like
have to make sure you have the top
industrial.
on, hold it down. It's very industrial.
It looks industrial. But not
And you're
terribly
going to see,
loud. That's
no,
kind of nice.
not very.
Kind of soothing.
Now you can see that beautiful color coming together. And we're just going to blend that. And we can turn it up. so it gets super creamy and smooth. And then we're going to turn it down and shut it off.
And that's the dressing?
And this is our green goddess dressing. And just so we can see it, I'm going to pour it into this bowl. And look at the color of that.
It doesn't get much fresher than that, Mark.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to pair that with a great salad today. Yeah, give it a taste.
Can I taste it?
So bright and wonderful.
Holy moly, is that good.
Right?
Well, you're not only are you a good friend, you're also a pretty good chef. I got to hand it to you.
How easy was that?
That was very simple.
That was very, very simple. You can do that at home, whether you have a Vitamix or you don't have a Vitamix, whether you have an immersion stick blender, you can do whatever you want to do.
All the recipes are at bistro1907.com, so we're going to stick around. We'll be right back, okay?
Okay, see you in a sec.
Looking for the best doggone deals on shoes, or just looking for an excuse to get a new pair? Visit the Rack Room at Ryer's Shoe Store. Unbelievable savings on thousands of pairs. Located in beautiful downtown Sharon, worth the drive every time. Fetch a new pair of shoes today.
If you suffer from snoring or sleep apnea, wake up. The Sleep Easy Dental Spa has created a simple oral sleep device that is life-changing.
A lot of our patients have had a CPAP and either can't wear it or hate it.
Well, I was looking for alternative therapies for years, but I heard about the Sleep Easy dental appliance, and I gave that a try, and voila, it works like magic.
This custom-fit sleep device is covered by most insurance plans and Medicare. Call today for your free consultation. The Sleep Easy Dental Spa. Sleep better tonight. Enjoy life tomorrow.
Okay, now the magic happens, Mr. Mark Canzonetta.
Right.
Chef Mark Canzonetta.
We're gonna, one of our great salads we have here at Bistro 1907. We love to use local crop, and this is grown right up in Cleveland, Ohio. So we have this Cleveland crisp lettuce. It's a hybrid lettuce. It's a cross between iceberg and romaine. So it's got the crunch of iceberg, but it's got the flavor of romaine.
The best of both
worlds
fantastic. on the planet of salads.
It comes with a stem on. Look at that. So it's amazing. We're just going to take that and tear it off.
That's it.
And that's all you're really going to do, because this is grown on aqua ponds. And we're just going to take that salad and lay it out just like that. I'm going to top it with some diced red peppers.
That's it.
Love the diced red peppers. Colorful.
Perfect.
Some English cucumber, because I love the English cucumbers. They're great, they're flavorful. Also in season right now, Molnar Farms has some of the best cucumbers you can get. Take them, I picked one up the other day, wiped the dirt off, put some salt on it, and just crunched it. It was amazing.
We're gonna have to get out to this Molnar Farms.
I know, I think we're gonna have to do a segment out there with the Ricks.
I feel like that's an important
some
place
grilled
to
shrimp with a little bit of chili lime dust on there. And give your guests some nice shrimp. Give them some of those 16, 20 count shrimp. 16, 20 count means there's 16 to 20 per pound.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna put some of that shrimp.
The big boys.
Yep, and now we're gonna drizzle it with that amazing green goddess dressing, just like that.
And this is on the menu right here.
This is on the
Bistro
menu
1907.
every day at Bistro 1907. If you want it for breakfast, we'll make it for you at breakfast. Okay. Now
Very
we need to have
accommodating
something
here.
We need to have something to go with that.
We have to have something to drink,
we do.
you know, because we're going to be
I think something that's going to be nice with that is going to be a spritz.
Perfect.
I love spritzes. It's a great way to start the day.
A little champagne spritz.
We're going to do a champagne spritz. We're going to take some ice, put it in a nice tall glass.
Beautiful.
We're going to take some of our house-made limoncello.
House-made, homemade.
Made by my dear friend Dominic Peters.
How beautiful.
Yes. We're going to take some champagne. Your favorite. I wouldn't use a $100 bottle of champagne for this. You can use a sparkling wine from California if you want to, whatever you want to do. And we're just going to top that with a little Pellegrino.
And that's a champagne spritzer.
And that's a champagne spritzer. We're going to garnish it with a lemon. A little squeeze of lemon.
Whoops.
Whoops.
That little slippery little guy just got away from us. Don't worry.
And we're going to stir it up with a little bit of fresh thyme, because thyme and lemon are natural together. And put that in there just like that.
Time and space were naturals together.
They are. Okay.
I'll keep the bad jokes to myself.
Squeeze that in.
All right, good. I helped.
So bring that salad back. We've got that beautiful salad, green goddess dressing, fresh Cleveland crisp lettuce, grilled shrimp, lemon prosecco, sparkling water for a spritz. What better can you have on a sunny afternoon in Youngstown, Ohio? How are we doing there?
Nothing better.
Great.
So good.
I'm so glad. I'm going to taste this.
Okay, sounds good. All the recipes, bistro1907.com.
That's
Sorry,
fantastic.
Mom, talking with my mouth full. Sabina will get mad too. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, Mike, I get great shrimp.
Why do salads at restaurants look way better than salads we can make?
Right, and the thing is I'm looking at it thinking I wouldn't have done anything all that different, but for whatever reason, I think he's got vision for it, and then he just executes it.
He knows what he's doing.
He really does.
Yes.
speaking of great food, for a great reason, I had the chance to go and visit and sample Café Augustine. And this cafe, if you've never heard of it, wait till you see why this is so special and who's playing a part in making it that way.
It's the perfect combination, a good book and a tasty meal. Café Augustine is a great spot to grab a quick lunch, located conveniently inside the Newport Library in Youngstown, Ohio. Sounds like a commercial, doesn't it? When you think about it like that, Café Augustine is just like any other cafe, except for the fact that it's nothing like any other cafe around here, but it is just like one in particular.
Back in 2005, when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, I went to New Orleans on loan to that archdiocese as a visiting minister. And one of the first businesses to open up after that big storm, 1 million people left homeless. Every building destroyed in the city. The first restaurant to open up was called Café Reconcile. And I said, there's got to be something special about that.
And Father Ed Brienz was right. Café Reconcile was extraordinarily special.
When I went there, I found they're doing what we would later copy and do here in Youngstown. They have young people disconnected from the working world that didn't have a way to get a foot into the working world. So they would invite them in. They would give them a really nice place to learn about operating a business, let the kids operate the business, and I lovingly say kids, but they're age 16 to 22. And then when they're ready, they go off on their own somewhere else.
I was born in the Bronx, moved around a lot. Then I discovered this place for a job, and I kind of like it. I like cooking, I like helping people with their meals and having a nice place to eat.
For Christian Nickel, this place has become the foundation for him to find his way in life.
This is not my always and forever job. Honestly, I don't want to be a cook for the rest of my life. I want to be a businessman. I want to open a business like this that started up to make people happy.
Mac Haynes is a dishwasher. This is his first job ever. Playing a role that benefits the entire cafe means something to him.
This is where all the washing happens. This is my wash sink, my rinse sink, and my sanitation sink.
The role he plays has taught him that hard work pays off.
Just work hard, just do what you need to do and work hard. Don't complain, take your opportunities, and everything will work out okay for you.
The cafe serves sandwiches, salads, burgers, and the quality has improved over time thanks to people like Jesse Wilson, who now sees what it means to work on a team.
Just with dealing with people, like communicating with people and stuff like that. Like teamwork, with working with others and stuff like that. So.
And their top customers have noticed their strides over the past several years.
Well, it's very good now. Initially, it was a little rocky a few years ago, but they got the kinks out, and the students and the workers are really picking up faster nowadays.
Sometimes you just find great places, and the Oak Hill Collaborative was a huge part of making sure that Café Augustine was a success. So Pat Kerrigan, thank you. Pat and I did an interview after that, and we're still working on that. So eventually we'll get that up on our website as well. Okay?
Isn't it amazing that what can stick with you? Even when you're so far away, that keeps in your mind, and then you end up doing something about it later
Right.
on.
Café Reconcile was, Father Ed Brienz's, whole reason for bringing that back. So pretty amazing things.
Well done.
Thank you.
Done. All right, when we come back, we're going to meet our new realtor. Her name is Kate, and we're going to talk about big purchases and how buying a house is totally different than buying a car. Be right back.
Gentile Facial Plastic and Aesthetic Laser Center leads the way in using technology to improve the way you look and feel. Dr. Gentile is excited to offer a new effective procedure, Profound, the non-invasive facelift. Call us today.
Bistro 1907 is a classic, yet unique American bistro. This space lets us immerse ourselves in history. The dishes are inspired by our past, but have a modern twist. Bistro 1907 by Mark Canzonetta is unlike any place else. Find out why. I'm Mark Canzonetta, and I welcome you to Bistro 1907.
Time for our real estate segment this afternoon, and with us one of our favorite realtors here in the Valley. It's Kate Oesch from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Thanks for coming in.
Hello.
This is exciting. Let's talk about it. I have two topics for you today.
All right.
First is financing. How do you do it, and when do you do it? Everybody's excited when they want to go get a house. They want to start looking at houses right away. Should they pump the brakes first, or should they go ahead full throttle?
They should definitely pump the brakes first.
Okay.
Yes, everybody wants to just go look at houses because what they think is they're going to go find a house and then you go get the money. But buying a house is not like buying a car, where you would go shop for the car,
right,
and then you go get the financing, and then you drive it off the lot. That's not the way that it works in real estate.
The other way.
Opposite.
Yeah.
Yep, you need to secure your financing first so you know what your options are, what type of loan you're going to get, how much money you're going to need, how much of a down payment you're going to require, and then will that type of financing allow you to buy the home that you want.
Back when I looked at houses years ago, it seemed like they pre-approved you for a lot more than necessary. Is that still the case?
I would say typically maybe 2.5 times your income.
Really?
Is kind of what we see, but it depends on how much debt you have. If you have student loans, there's so much criteria that goes into your pre-approval that's not just your credit score and how much money you make. So that's another reason why it's super important that you get your financing in place, because what if you found the house that you love it, it's the one, and then you find out you're not approved for that amount of money.
Right. All right, let's talk about making an offer. Let's say you do find one you like. It's $150,000. Should I do the old, I can get it for $120, let's try that first, or should I be more aggressive?
Maybe 10 or 15 years ago you could have made that lower offer.
Okay.
But today it's a seller's market. And so that would be considered a low ball. Anything under 10% of the asking price is a low ball offer. We're also seeing lots of multiple offers. And so if you're up against some competition in an offer, you don't really have time or the ability to negotiate with the seller. They have what you want, and there's probably 2 or 3 other buyers behind you that will pay full price.
So if it's the asking price, you may have to go that or even above it.
You may have to go above the asking price. And the terms are also important. How many inspections are you doing? Are you including your closing costs? Is there a home warranty? What appliances? Anything extra that stays with the house? All have an effect on how the seller views your offer.
That's why you need an experienced realtor. If you'd like to get a hold of Kate and her team, sellitkate.com. Here's the thing about that. Buying a house is a big deal.
It really is.
And not everybody can just jump on it like that.
It's a scary thing when you have to be so aggressive with your offer. You have to be ready to buy in a second.
Some people can't buy bread without researching and doing a lot of, you know what I mean? You got to jump on it so fast.
I think more about a pair of shoes sometimes.
Right. So anyhow, thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Kate. You're wonderful.
She's good. Well, let's go to this one now. A lot of us are a little bit older and we resist change, but in the medical world, that's not really the way to go sometimes. You have to do a little bit of research, and there are new things going on all the time. And that is the case at the hospital in Salem and Dr. Dominic Peters. Wait till you hear about this new treatment.
I teach exercise classes for seniors, and that's not a good thing to have to walk into class with a cane.
Right.
So I finally went to a doctor, and they took one x-ray and go, "You need a new hip." And I went, "Oh, no I don't. No I don't. I would know that." But it turned out I did need a new hip.
Barb Kleiner didn't want to accept it, but the doctor was right. The cartilage above her right hip was worn away. She had trouble getting out of bed, and walking was a chore.
I had started having bad habits. I walked like a weeble. I walked side to side. Top part of my body went from side to side. Bottom part moved along.
So hip replacement was next, and so was the research to figure out which procedure and which doctor was right for her.
Her hip was completely worn out from hip arthritis. So there was no cartilage on the bone anymore. It was causing her pain every day, keeping her up at night. She was limping because of it.
Enter Dr. Dominic Peters and his anterior replacement hip surgery. This technique is different. Doctors go in through the front of the hip instead of the back.
It is appealing to people to have less pain, not cut any muscle, and also return to life and sports quicker.
So I came here, I talked to him, and I said, "I'm interested in what you're doing," and he looked at it and goes, "I can do it. When do you want it done?" And I felt good. I had a really, really good feeling about the whole procedure.
Barb had the surgery here at Salem Regional Medical Center, and the rehab time was just amazing.
We had surgery in March of this year, and I had it one day and was up and walking that evening and came home the next morning. I was fine.
Yeah.
I was up walking at home. As soon as I got home the next day, I had a walker, and they told me I had to use the walker. I think I could have been okay without it, but that was to prevent me falling. Because they made an incision in my body, obviously there was an incision thing, but the actual pain was gone. When they put the new hip in and got me up, I didn't have that pain anymore.
Patients know that this is an effective operation, less pain, earlier rehab. Some patients go home immediately after surgery, which is appealing to people. People are off a cane sooner. They're back to driving sooner, they're back to sports sooner, sometimes 6 to 12 weeks earlier than the traditional way through the back of the hip.
My main thing was I didn't want to be laid up for very long. I have a lot of older ladies that depend on me to keep them active, and I thought I don't want to have to lay around or be into a real serious recovery period.
So Barb went back to her classes and back to her life. The most important thing she had to adjust to?
Whenever I got my new hip, it was like I have to learn how to put one foot in front of the other and move my hips like a normal person would walk.
And as you can see, now she's got that down pat. One foot in front of the other, and she strides her way forward without looking back.
One day I thought, where did I leave that cane?
Yeah.
And that was when I knew I didn't need it anymore.
Did you ever find it?
I think it's in the back of my car.
Barb Kleiner, happy again and oh so thankful.
He's changed my life. Every day, every time that I get up and take a step and I don't hurt, it's like, oh my goodness, what a difference. What an amazing difference it makes in your life.
Barb is happy, her class is happy. Dr. Peters also does knee replacements too, so he knows what he's doing down there.
He sure does. Thank you, Dr. Peters. Okay, now, for those of you who think to yourselves, I have friends that would love to watch Lauren and Mike, but they don't have cable. Well, we have a solution for you, especially if you have a Roku television. We are now officially on Roku.
Yes, we are.
We have our own channel, and we're going to show you how to do it. So all you have to do is just go to your Roku, go down to Streaming Channels, click there, go down to Search Channels, click there, and then you would type in Valley Spotlight.
There's the V.
There's the V down there. You're like Vanna, but Michael.
This is where the man's supposed to have the remote, isn't it? Just kidding.
Never mind. I'll keep my thoughts to myself.
The Vatican channel. Let's watch that.
We're almost as important as the Vatican. And skipping Vatican, go to Valley Spotlight, go to channel, and there we are, Michael.
How about that?
Thank you to Fred, our website extraordinaire, who helped us with this. So you can watch all the segments and whenever you want.
Get Roku.
You could binge watch.
And enjoy. Yeah, it'd be a great weekend for you right there. All right, if you want to just go to our website, you can.
ValleySpotlight.com. We'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.